I think we're live. What's up guys, my name is Shelly and welcome to my YouTube channel, Shred with Shelly. I'll be documenting my weight loss journey, which has seen me lose over 100 pounds in 2 years. Thanks for being here guys, I really appreciate it, it's really nice. If you're about to start a weight loss journey and you don't quite know where to start, I'm gonna give you a hint. Find what works for you. You don't have to subscribe to anyone else's definition of fitness or weight loss because everyone is on a different path. There is one way you have to do it and that is your way. So I should take you way back to the beginning. This is nearly 3 years ago now. I weighed over 242 pounds and I was very unhappy. I was very stressed all the time. I was very anxious. I knew that I was not the person that I could be and the person that I should be. I would just eat anything and everything. I couldn't finish a meal without already thinking about dessert. It just got so out of control that food ruled my life. Eating while I was waiting to eat, it just became this constant cycle. So food was the cause of, and I suppose, solution to feeling bad about myself. Food became a reward system and a punishment, which is still something that I struggle with now, is taking myself out of that mind frame of food is not a reward, food is a necessity. For you to live as a human being, food is sustenance, food is fuel, food is good, and food is not a punishment. That restrictive lifestyle and then that reward-based lifestyle was super detrimental for me in my journey. The second that I kind of flipped my mindset out of that and reframed food as being something that's positive, my whole life changed. Every single year, I would get really excited about a new weight loss plan or a diet plan, and I'd think, this is my year, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna change my lifestyle and I'll feel great. And I mean, I tried so many different diets. I tried to do the ketogenic diet. I tried so many different things like shakes, nothing worked, and I kept reverting back to my old lifestyle. It is just debilitating because it's not something you can escape. It's an everyday kind of battle that you fight. It's no matter where you go, what you do, who you talk to, you're kind of bound by the body you live in, and it really, really sucks. Any social situation I absolutely hated, and I'm an outgoing and bubbly person. I've always been super fun. Complimenting myself, I'm super fun. I mean, I've always been very confident and outgoing, and I suppose those social situations just made me quite anxious. Even though maybe I didn't show it, it made me really anxious and uncomfortable. And just physically standing on my feet for that long and having a sore back all the time, it was just a lifestyle that I knew that I had to change. So in 2018, I decided this is it. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try this whole weight loss journey again, and hopefully something changes and I stick to it and I get the results I want this time. I had worked really, really hard my whole life. I worked in the music industry my whole adult life. I lived in America. I've traveled throughout Europe playing music, and I got a really great job in Sydney, Australia, where I was working for a big recording studio. And it was like my dream gig. I was hanging out with all these amazing artists. I was planning all these cool events, but I felt like I was letting myself down because everything I'd worked for, I couldn't really achieve anymore due to my health. I felt sick all the time. I had to leave events because my back was hurting, or I just didn't have the energy and the stamina to keep up with the job. And that was really, really difficult to be in a position where I finally feel like I achieved what I'd always wanted and what I'd worked for, but then for my body and my health to be letting me down. And then a gym literally opened in the apartment building next door. And I walked in there the next day. I was like, all right, I've got nothing to lose. I'm gonna do this. And I walked in and I did the free week, sat at the back of the gym in these big baggy clothes, which I still do now, by the way. So after a couple of months of walking around the gym, not knowing what I was doing, I started researching and writing a lot. I wrote a lot of notes. I did a lot of research online about nutrition and training, and I started to put together my own plans. I hated cardio, and I will openly say I hate cardio. And to be honest with you, I really did not do much cardio at all during my whole weight loss journey. And to this day, I really don't do a lot. It's just not my preference. I don't enjoy it. I feel like my heart's gonna pop out of my chest. My number one tip for all of this, for beginning and for starting a weight loss journey, is just to start really slow. If you even just read an article online to increase your knowledge about nutrition, that's progress. Print out a few recipes that you like, that's progress. Don't feel like you need to wake up and jump straight out of the gate as an athlete, because that's how I failed so many times at this. So my advice is just take it really, really slow. Everyone kind of says, oh, you must feel amazing. And I say, I do now, but I remember the first at least month was so painful. I felt sick all the time. I'm not kidding. I felt like throwing up after every training session. Sometimes I did. My muscles were so sore all the time to the point where like I had to skip a few days because I was just in so much pain. I failed so many times because I thought I had to run and starve myself and only eat salad to lose weight. Hot tip, you don't. Complete lie. If you love running, then go run. I'm proud of you. If you love lifting weights, awesome. There are so many ways that you can enjoy a healthy lifestyle and not feel like you have to subscribe to everyone else's definition of fitness or exercise. Like it's so simple now when I think about it. To anyone online who's like, I lost 100 pounds in 2 weeks. Come on, unless you like cut off half of your body, that's not gonna happen. So don't feel bad if you are on a journey at the moment and you're not seeing results. Keep pushing through, be persistent and be consistent, and you will get the results that you want. It just takes a really, really long time. I'm living proof of that. Another very important thing to remember is that weight loss is not linear. I'm actually gonna post some of my weight loss graphs so you guys can see that it doesn't just look like a straight line. There were months, maybe 3 or 4 months in a row where I just plateaued at the same weight. There were weeks when I went up in weight and then down and then up and down. So this is not something that just happens on a slippery slope. Like it takes a very long time. So don't be afraid. If you're sitting on a plateau and you're doing everything right, you're following a meal plan, you're working out, there are so many things that could be going on. Actually, my first ever fitness goal was to be able to touch my toes. And I do that every day now. So I can prove to myself that nothing's impossible, because to me, that seemed like the biggest hurdle ever. And then my other goal was to be able to do a push-up, which I can now do, and to do a pull-up, which I can do a couple of sets of pull-ups. But again, that took me 2 years. This isn't something that, you try for a few weeks and then all of a sudden you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger and you're like doing pull-ups on top of buildings and jumping through fireballs and stuff. That doesn't happen. I'm not sure I could do that now, actually. I think I'd probably really badly injure myself. But my point is, be patient. This stuff takes a really long time. How many times did I walk into the bathroom and get on the scales in the morning and just like, hundreds of times. This isn't something that every day you get a win. There are so many losses. I've had more losses than wins. Actually, probably never have I finished a workout and said to myself, that was perfect. There is not a single thing I can do better. Because I'll tell you something, I believe that complacency is your worst enemy. Because the second you become complacent, your progress stops. You have this bar for yourself that's just been dropped and you don't want to push any further. Why should I work harder when I did that yesterday? Yay, I've done what I needed to do. I'm a winner. Don't let complacency rule you. Never ever let yourself feel like you've arrived at a destination. I experience it every single day of my life. Even now, you kind of go through this mental ping pong or this bargaining system with yourself where it's a give and take. It's, I didn't eat a really big breakfast, or I'll have a super big lunch, or I trained really hard yesterday, so I'm gonna eat 2 desserts tomorrow. And playing this mental bargaining game is really, really dangerous. And it only took me further down the rabbit hole. I was trying to provide rewards for myself by doing the right thing and then punishing myself, which now I look back on. At the time, I thought that was mental discipline. And I thought that was me being strong, but really that was just me taking on a detrimental mind frame. I'm sorry, Muffin, did I bore you? Putting together meal plans and learning about nutrition was honestly almost harder than the training side. Finding out what to eat, when to eat, and how to eat, and more importantly, how to fuel my body was so important and actually really, really difficult. Everything kind of fell into place with training. I put a few different plans together for myself and I really enjoyed them, and I basically still follow those in the gym. Again, it goes back to the diet culture of you can't eat carbs, you can't eat fats, you shouldn't have dairy, like all of these messages that like swirl in our heads. You get absolutely bombarded with this diet culture messaging and it's so toxic. I had this preconceived idea of what I should do to lose it, which was starve and run. Dumb and dumb. No. Actually, the more carbs I ate, the more weight I lost. I feel like the more I knew about nutrition, the better my outcome was. And once I started actually fueling my body with the right food, I had more energy to work out, I lost fat, I gained muscle, and overall my lifestyle has completely changed. So my diet consists of a lot of fresh produce. I have a lot of protein shakes as well, and a lot of carbs. And people are very afraid of carbs. Disclaimer, my whole weight loss journey, I ate carbs throughout my whole journey, and more probably than when I was overweight. Everything from potatoes, brown rice. I eat so much bread, it's probably a crime. pasta, pizza in a healthy way and in the right way that's balanced. I'm not just sitting on the couch eating like a loaf of bread. Although I might do that because that actually sounds like something I would enjoy. Alcohol was a huge problem for me. I still drink now, maybe like once or twice a month. I'll just have a casual drink with my friends, and I absolutely love that. And I look forward to that now. And it's not a punishment thing, and it's not a reward thing. It's just a life thing. Not a punishment thing, not a reward thing, just a life thing. One baby step you can take if you are a drinker to cut back on your alcohol. It will significantly help you. I cut out a lot of processed sugars. I was eating muffins and candy bars. Muffin. The dog's name's Muffin, by the way. Oh, she's upside down. Come here, Angel. Aren't you nice girl? Oh, she's so sleepy. Should I put her back? Sugar is really hard. Sugar is sometimes harder for people to give up than alcohol or carbohydrates or any other thing that they're trying to cut from their diet, because our brain is hardwired to be addicted to it. It's as simple as that. When glucose hits our system, like bing, a biological thing. And I love sugar, but there are ways that you can enjoy sugar without having it absolutely ruin your diet and ruin your health, because sugar is bad. I don't need to tell you that, but sugar is bad for you. So cutting out sugar, cutting out alcohol really helped. And then coming up with my own meal plans. So what I did was split up my diet plan into 4 or 5 different meals a day. At breakfast, I'd have like a mid-morning snack. I'd have lunch. I would then have like maybe a snack before I'd go to the gym, have a post-workout shake, a dinner, and then perhaps maybe a little dessert at night, like a healthy dessert, like a protein custard. I wasn't eating these massive portions throughout the day, and I wasn't constantly just gorging on food. I had really, really regimented food times before and after activities, and it was all balanced, healthy, nutritious food. A lot of people are like, weren't you starving all the time? Like, no, I've never eaten more in my life than I do now because it's the right food. If you think about what 300 calories in a chocolate bar looks like next to 300 calories in like a giant bowl of rice and broccoli, you kind of get the idea about the nutritional value of those items and the density of what's in them. But eating the right foods and eating the right amount of foods and volume eating, if you like, really helped me because I was filling my body and fueling myself and didn't feel bad all the time. Like I said, this journey took about 2.5 years. It was ongoing every day. It was back and forth, little wins, little losses, little gains, little setbacks and challenges, but I never gave up, and that's the most important part. Everyone says, what's the secret? And I just say perseverance, just keep going. We're not trying to change one thing about ourselves. Like, I was trying to change the last 15 years of my life, which is not something that happens overnight. I wasn't looking too far in the future and thinking dream body or, the dream scale number that I want to be. It was never that. I pushed all that aside, and it was one baby step after the next. If my next task was cooking a meal, that was my next goal. If my next task was getting to the gym and doing a workout, that was my goal. And that really helped me kind of frame the journey. I didn't wake up and be like, yay, I'm a new person. It happened so slowly over a really long period of time, being disciplined and being consistent. So my advice, if you are on your own journey or you are looking to start your weight loss journey, be kind to yourself, take it day by day, make really, really small changes, and you're going to notice a massive difference in the long run. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking time to listen to my story. I really hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions at all, please drop them below in the comment box and I will do my best to answer them. If you want to know anything about me, training, diet, workouts, if you'd like to know more about Muffin, the 5-year-old Tibetan Terrier Poodle, I will answer that for you as well. But thank you for being here, and please subscribe and follow me for more content. Bye-bye.